We are live. Let me light up my blunt. So I gotta, I have my blunt lit. Let me light up my blunt. So I get the blunt lit, ready for the taking. Welcome to the Doe Show, where we talk about a lot of interesting things, a lot of good facts. Um, we gain a lot of knowledge on the show. We also do a lot of comedy. We like to have fun, but we learn a lot on the show. Um, I like to say that anybody can listen to this. It's not really kid appropriate, but what define a kid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can be 22 and still be a kid. So any kid can listen to this. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can understand English and know that we do curse on here. We do curse, but it's educational cursing. So if I say shit, I mean it in a good way. I mean, educational shit. So, um, just know that that's happening. We got a couple guests on the show today. We got some more people joining up. I know it's a late night show, but I just thought about it, and we're just gonna rock with it. So first and foremost, I'll go ladies first. She's hailing out of Palm Springs, California, Coachella Valley. All the good shit in Cali. All the good shit. But the most expensive shit. Welcome to the platform, Miss Flower Thomas.
Hi, good evening. Thanks for having me.
Yes, yes, yes. And then the second guest that we got on the panel today is, well, I mean, he's not really a guest, you know what I'm saying? He's actually really a co-host of another co-host of somebody else's co-host. Matter of fact, he's the co-host of another sisters, brothers, best friends, baby mamas, cousins, best friends, gay ass uncle, best friends, cousins, little brother Joey, James Fodera.
What's up, people? What's up, though?
Yeah, what's up? What's up? And we got a couple more people that's gonna be joining up soon. You know, he's another white boy, so he's on CPT time, but he'll be here shortly. Plus, he's in Michigan, so he's like 3 hours ahead of me. He's like 12 o'clock at his house, so he'll be on shortly though. So what's up with everybody? Okay,
Well,
okay, that's
I had I had a nice long day. I went relaxing in the pool and had some hot tub time, and then I satisfied myself with some Cubano sliders.
oh shit, Cubano sliders. Now tell me how that's made.
There's a new Cuban restaurant downtown Palm Springs. It's a location where I have one of my ATM machines. It's also a nightclub. And so they were made with like I guess that like real thin ham. It had some pickles, it had some like mustard, it was on the little sweet roll, some like grilled onions. All I know is it really did taste really good. The
I'm
meat
not
was
gonna lie.
like the meat was actually like charred, like a charred, shredded you know,
Mhm.
something like that. It was so tasty.
Oh, okay, okay,
A
okay,
little a
okay.
little pricey, a little pricey to me for what, sliders should be, but it
How
was
much were they?
like $15 for three. But to me, it's kind of like that's the going
That's
price for
$5 a piece. That's
anything
not bad.
anymore.
I mean, you know what? In any other bar or anything like that, you'll pay about $15 for three sliders. It's
Yeah,
like $5 a slider and shit. So you would pay about $16 for three sliders, pretty much wherever you go. It's about the same out here. So you know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I
That's
figured. Yeah,
I mean,
but they
yes,
were
that
really
is a little,
good.
but I mean, yes, yes, that is a little pricey. But you got to think about it. How big were the sliders, though? You know what I'm saying, if it was like White Castle size, I'd be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I'd be pissed off.
They were they were they were definitely like Hawaiian roll size type of sliders, but I will say that they were filled, like the meat was coming off of them, the cheese was coming off of them, the so like there was definitely they weren't skimpy on them. So they were pretty good though. They were very tasty and they were actually very satisfying. Three of them filled me up, and I normally would want something else after that, you know.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So they were very decent, yeah. So that's a brand new place that they're doing downtown Palm Springs.
Yeah, real good. Okay, what you do today, James?
Man, I really ain't do shit today. I took today off. I
Oh,
ain't doing shit
today off?
today.
Oh. Oh, well, hey, that's what's up.
What did
Well,
you do today?
for me, shit, man, I'm trying to get this motherfucking car started, so I've basically been
You
just
and
going around looking at cars at auctions and shit like that, just being out in the heat pretty much all day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's fucked up, but that's how it goes. But yeah, I'm trying to get this car started, man. I need a car. I need to be mobile, so trying to get this car fixed. That's all. Nothing too
you and
exciting.
these
It won't,
cars.
huh?
You and these cars.
I make shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't make. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing money because I'm not mobile.
I
So the
know.
money so the money that I do make and the money I do save, it doesn't amount up to getting a car. So I'm just trying to find a feeder. So you know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna fix the homie's whip, get that motherfucker fixed.
I feel it.
You know? Huh?
It just sucks. I know it sucks. I'm sitting over here on two cars for sale.
Huh?
I said I'm sitting over here on two cars for sale. One of them I want to keep, but the back latch door doesn't work, and so I have to get it fixed. I actually have to bring it out there to Vegas to get it fixed. But yeah.
Oh.
And then I have everybody hitting me up to buy both of the cars in Vegas, and they're both here in California.
Mm. All right, so not to cut anybody off, but we're gonna bring our next guest to the panel. He's hailing out of Phoenix, Michigan. Uh, that doesn't make any sense, but he really is from Phoenix/Michigan.
I didn't
And
realize there was.
you know, he's a real funny comedian. He travels all over the world. You catch him wherever he's gonna be at next, whether it be New York to LA to Hawaii to Montana to Idaho to fucking Pennsylvania. Welcome to the stage, comedian Joel Cooper.
And I am going to fucking Pennsylvania, I think, sometime soon.
Well, you know, I had to throw that in
What's
there.
up, James?
That was one of those feature dates.
Hi, Flower.
Hi, how is New York City?
Busy. A bunch of freaking foreigners. I told them all to go home.
Okay.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah. No, it was all right. It was good. It's a place you like to go to, and it's a place you like to get out of too.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
do any other open mics besides the comedy shows you did?
What's that?
Did you do any other mics while you were there besides the mics that you was already doing?
No, I didn't get a chance to hit any open mics like I usually like to do. But it's funny. Every time I go anywhere, I always find open mics to go to as also. And when I'm in Arizona, where I'm mostly at, I don't ever hit an open mic. I don't hit any open mics when I'm in Arizona, but
Well,
I always do on the road.
I mean, once you hit up most of all the open mics in your area or your city or your state or whatever, it becomes like, I just rather hit them up when I go to other places and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put my face out there. Let motherfuckers know who I am, where I'm from, and yeah, just
not only that, but the local stuff always seems to have their clicks. That's where you get all your drama. So I try to stay out of that stuff.
Yeah,
I create a lot and then I leave.
Yeah, unless there's money in it, the local scene is not always the best place to be. It's saturated. you can saturate yourself.
You know, and it's funny is because a lot of the local people that do those open mics and stuff they'll be there in 20 years. They're not going anywhere. So
No, because they can only get to
um,
the open mic up the street.
yeah, I mean they don't ever leave their area. They don't leave the comfort of their own area where they hang out with their buddies. So that's not going to get you anywhere. So you got to get out and get people to see you. That's the thing.
You know what? I found that a lot of comedians, especially out here, they just do comedy to get out the house and just to be around their friends.
Yeah, and a lot of them produce shows so that they have a place to perform because they don't get on anywhere else. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They got regular jobs, but they just do it, you know, for the friends and
More like a hobby.
yeah.
well,
More like
comedy's not something that you think about doing when you're 12 years old. You know, you don't say, I'm going to be a comedian. You want to be an astronaut or a policeman or something. You don't say you want to be a comedian until you get older and you realize, hey, fuck, what am I going to do with my life?
You know what?
Maybe I'll be a comedian.
Fucking funny,
You know,
huh?
I mean, you know how I wanted to become a comedian after watching like Eddie Griffin do his shit. And you know what I'm saying? I thought I didn't know, but I thought that, you know, when you become a comedian, you know what I'm saying, you can get pretty rich pretty fast doing shit, you know, that you like to do. That's what I thought. I became a comedian? Shit, it wasn't nothing like that. Actually, when I became a comedian, I got put on shows before I was even seasoned or anything. You know what I'm saying? I came into the game getting put on shit, you know what I'm saying, without ever having to go to open mics or any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just work out my shit on stage in front of a real fucking live audience. You know what I'm saying? And if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I know when it don't because, you know, the little 3-second rule, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to get your little laugh. If it don't happen in 3 seconds, I'm going on right on to the next motherfucking joke. I'm not even giving no time. I'm not giving no time for silence. I'm not giving the time for you to think about it. I'm not saying shit that's intellectual no way. So, you know what I'm saying?
You know, my first 3 shows ever, no open mic, no being on stage, whatever. My first show was opening for Pablo Francisco. I was at a show of his and I was just hanging out and being funny. And they were watching me and I didn't know. And the manager came over and said, hey, if you'll open up for the comedians, we'll pay for your tab all night long. I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, let me go ahead. I drank Jose Cuervo 1800 all night long. And I opened up for Pablo Francisco. And then he asked me if he could use some of my jokes. And I was like, yeah, go ahead, man. And then my next show was opening for Margaret Cho. I went and auditioned for it and I got it. And then my third show was on BET, was at a BET special.
Oh,
I'd
wow.
never been on stage, never did an open mic. I never did anything. Those were my first 3 shows. And then I had to start hitting open mics.
Well, then you know what? You know what? Because it's all about right time, right place. You just at the right time.
It is.
Right
timing
time,
is
right
is
place,
important.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit. I mean, it happens like that in comedy. You can be in LA telling jokes at a fucking rinky-dink ass motherfucking spot and not even know it's fucking producers in that bitch listening to you.
Yep.
And then they come up to you after the show and hit you up. You be like, oh shit, I didn't even know you was in there. I was just fucking around. It was like, well, you're fucking around and got you a part in the movie. You know what I'm saying? The shit like that. You know?
Yeah, it's not about talent. It's about who you know and timing. Those are the 2 biggest things.
It's definitely not about talent because this motherfuckers is traveling, doing shows, and they boring as fuck when they be here. You like, damn, nigga, this what you doing?
But, you know, and not to knock any famous comedians, but I mean, look at I didn't find humor in Richard Lewis. I never thought the guy was funny. Thought he was kind of silly. Humor was just different with me. So I never thought that guy was funny. There's a couple other comedians that aren't funny to me that have made millions.
I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of these comedians that we feel that are not funny to us. This is just our opinions, people. This is just our fucking opinion. This is Joel Cooper's opinion, Doughboy Kaiser's, James Voldera, and Flower Thomas' opinions. That doesn't affect the whole fucking world. Maybe J. Cole Water's opinion. but it's just our fucking opinions about who we think is just not funny. You know what I'm saying? They just, and I'm gonna start off. And if you want to agree with me, you can. If you don't, it's all good. But I don't think Kevin Hart is that fucking funny.
I agree.
Yeah, I think he's funny, but he's already over. He's already done. I mean,
I think that
nobody.
Kevin
Whenever I see a commercial with him now, I'm like, oh God, turn it. You know?
I think Kevin Hart is an actor. I don't think he's like really a full-time comedian. I just think that he's a funny guy. Like
I didn't even know
might have been
he was a
funny guy,
comedian.
like, you know, but I don't really think he's like a comedian. And a lot of his stuff is not funny. He's got some he can be funny, but
I mean, his
he's
first
not a comedian.
his first two specials he came out with was fucking funny. But then his third special, he kept talking about his kids. Like he always talked about his kids. Like, okay, we know your son's stupid. All right, you know what I'm saying? We know that. I mean, you gotta do other shit now. You know what I'm saying? Your first two specials, the first special was about your kids, second special was about your kids and some other shit, but mainly about your kids. Third special about your kid. It's like, man, come on, man, you gotta have some different shit. I mean, there's so much shit happening in the world. You got to have every comedian has to write something new.
His funniest joke to me is the deer bruh. Do you know that one?
No.
Where he's on his way to work and he sees a baby on the side of the road with a deer bruh. And it's a deer and zebra. And he's like, oh, look at the baby. So he's like, we better get the baby and take it to, you know, like somewhere for it to get help or whatever, you know. So they put it in the car and everything, and they got the deer bruh. And he said they're driving and everything, and all of a sudden the baby gets up and is like, hey, where the fuck's my deer bruh? And they're like, what the hell? And it was a grown man. It wasn't a baby at all. He's like, and the whole thing of it is as he gets to the end, he's telling his boss why he's 5 minutes late for work. It goes through this whole fucking scenario of all this shit that happened. And that's why I'm 5 minutes late for work. And it was funny.
That's his funniest material to you, then yeah, he's done for it. That's his funniest material. I don't know that one. I don't know. But like a lot of shit just ain't funny. And I don't appreciate, I like dark humor. I like really twisted comedy. I like things that have double entendre. Like, you know, I like things that have hidden meanings. I don't like, so like recently I just saw him. He was interviewing I think a women's basketball star. And they're like dunking in like an ice chest dunk or something.
Yeah, the ice challenge.
Whitney Griner.
And he's like, he's saying rude, weird, vulgar things. Like, I mean, yeah, you're supposed to be funny and laughing in an interview, but he had said something about her and then like accused her of using like steroids. Like, and that's supposed to be funny. Like, you could have just started a rumor about this woman to challenge her for years that people might look into shit. Then he said something about kill yourselves to something. And I'm like, see, that type of shit right there is like, to me, a mishandled voice. You have a voice, a very fucking large voice, and you have power. Why would you diminish that power by talking about dumb shit?
Yeah,
because it's Kevin Hart.
Well, we're not gonna elaborate on each person too long. We're gonna each one of these people.
Other than that, I think he's a funny guy. I just don't think I like him as a comedian.
Another comedian I don't think is very funny, hasn't quite made the big time yet, but they have put so much money and time into him and so many specials on HBO, is Jared Carmichael.
Yeah.
Who now has his own reality show that he's gay.
The black dude, is he black?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is. He's not funny, bro. I watched him a lot.
They have
like little shorts. He's been showing like a couple of his jokes and shit. Yeah, he's not funny, bro. He's
Comedy Store has put
a lot of these YouTube motherfuckers are not funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Because they build up their audience through YouTube. They get a bunch of fucking followers. They probably pay for half of them, but then they get a bunch of fucking followers. But when they do a real show, The followers
He's
don't
not
count.
he's not a YouTuber. He's an actual comedian at the Comedy Store. You can see him there every weekend.
Oh, okay. I just
But
see
I
a
mean,
little
they
bits
put
of. I just thought he
8
was a
HBO
YouTuber.
specials on him. I think maybe even 9 now, and nobody's heard of him. I mean, if you've had 8 or 9 comedy specials on HBO and nobody knows who you are,
Hey Joe, what's his name
you
again?
might want to start thinking about bagging groceries.
Hey Joe, what's his name again?
Jared Carmichael.
Derek Carmichael.
Jared Jerrod,
Oh,
like Gerard. And I've worked with him, man. I mean, I've worked with him at the Comedy Store. He had it was kind of funny because it was raining. He had a 87 Nissan Pathfinder or Toyota 4Runner, one or the other, and the windows wouldn't roll up, so he had to keep going outside to make sure that it wasn't all flooded out. Big time, making the big time.
You know who else? You know who else is not funny to me? And I mean, I hope he finds out about this video because now it's on YouTube. So I hope he goes to YouTube. I hope he sees it. But Country Wayne is not funny to me, bro.
I think he's kind of rude in a way, man. I don't know. I'm not really into his humor either. He's a cool guy, but he's I'm not really into his humor.
I mean, he do okay little skit, little videos he be doing on YouTube, and you know what I'm saying. Some of them are cool. You know what I'm saying. I mean, they're not funny, but they're just like cool to look at and shit. You're like, oh, okay. You know what I'm
cool
saying?
To look at.
But the shit is just not. He's just not funny. I mean, he might be a cool dude to hang out with. I mean, it's cool that you know what I'm saying. He's getting all this bread. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, because it's not about talent. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's about talent, a lot of these niggas wouldn't be doing comedy. But it's not about talent. So a lot of people are doing comedy.
Yeah. I mean, there's, comedians like Richard Lewis that I didn't find funny, but obviously people did. I mean, who was there was another one that came out that was out with Richard Lewis in his time. Another guy that dressed real well. God, I can't, and he talked real sophisticated, but he wasn't funny to me. God dang it, I can't think of his name.
Why
see, that's probably why.
Female comics are not funny.
I got somebody.
James, you ain't saying too much. Who you think is not funny in the world?
Joel Cooper.
So kind of funny. He brings me humor here on the show.
Come on, James. I know you could think of a comedian that you don't think is funny. Like it's so many. It's over fucking a million fucking comedians. I know you could. It could be a female bitch or a female bitch. Same shit.
I've got a female.
I'm kind of tired of most all the female comedians all doing the same comedy. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired of hearing all the sex stuff and all that stuff. I want to see it. I want to hear it.
Nikki Glazier is known for the sex shit. She talks about a lot of sex shit in her specials. And I just want to know that she do any of that shit. I want to know.
Did you see her last special? She bombed.
No, she bombed.
Yeah, and she even says it on there. She goes, "Well, nothing like having your own special and bombing."
At least she keep it real, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At least she keep the shit real. I mean, I fell in love with her because of her roast. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with her because I seen that she can roast. And so then after, you know what I'm saying? So then I started watching some of her specials, and I'm like, oh, okay, she got a little style and shit. But yeah, she does talk about a lot of sex in her shows.
Yeah, Amy Schumer, I mean, and hey, I'm all about these hot comedians talking about sex and stuff. I mean,
I don't care.
I got a good imagination, but
would you say Flower?
Sarah Silverman. I don't care for her. I don't
either.
I think she's hot as fuck.
At one point, I probably would have fucked her, but I never thought she was that funny.
She can still get it right now. She can
I think that she's one of those. I think that she's one of those that like is important in the comedy type of field because she's one of those. Like, I just think of her as one of those. She's like one of those girls over there.
Well,
Like,
she
like, you know what I
she
mean?
is a
Like,
good
she's just one of
roaster.
those girls over there at the bar. Like, I don't care for her. She's not funny.
Well, no, all right, I'm
She-
gonna tell you why they think she's funny, because she is a good roaster. She got some roasting skills. So because
Yeah.
she got roasting skills, they think that she's a pretty cool comedian, but she's not. But you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but if we want to put that on the table, I'll give 80% of women roasting skills because we can roast somebody,
Yeah.
okay?
Women
But we
can
might
be
not be able
bitches.
to keep it up longevity.
Well,
It may not be
Nah.
able to, it'll be repetitive because women are repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I watched a lot.
I'll give you
I
that.
watched a lot of roast in my life.
Except for
A
Kim.
lot of women don't
I
get
will
it.
say that the
Wait,
worst
you cannot
worst
roast.
female roaster I've ever heard so far is my girl KK. Poor thing.
I haven't heard her.
Comedy is her thing.
Yeah, comedy is not her thing, and that's why she
No.
sucks. But really,
Saturday
really,
Night
any
That's why
Live
she's
is
female-
gonna
about
be
as
famous.
far as she can take it. Like she could do a
But you know
skit
what?
and it's kind of
There's
funny,
only
but
one
that
funny female comic out there, folks. Only one.
wait,
Jewish.
a funny one?
There's only one. She's a Jew.
Who?
Wait, what did he just say?
Oh,
With the
no.
black hair. I can't think of her name.
I don't know who he's talking about because I don't find any female comedian funny, so I don't know who he's talking
Oh,
about.
there's one that I like. She was the one that
Flower.
was pregnant a bunch of times.
I thought
I
that's
want-
what you were saying. You like Flower.
Nick
Oh,
Glacier don't
Flower?
have black hair.
No, not
Oh, I could be fucking funny. I'm not a comedian though, but I could fucking be funny. I could say some funny slick shit.
You know what is funny is that every female thinks they're funny. No offense, Flower, but I mean, like, you know,
Because I
when I
don't
was
think-
single and stuff, and on the dating sites and everything, every girl on there's like, I'm funny, I'm hilarious. My friends all say I'm funny. So, yeah, they say that because they're not
Yeah,
going to
they're
fucking tell
laughing
you
at
you're
you.
stupid.
Right,
I mean,
they're fucking laughing at
you're
you.
making
Hell
an
yeah,
ass out of
it's
yourself.
funny.
Most of your
Funny
friends
bitch.
and most of your guy friends only saying it because they want to fuck you. So yeah, hell yeah, you're
Right.
funny as fuck.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're
But
funny.
no, I mean, like for me, the difference is like I can sit back and I just have a smart mouth, so I think that
Right.
I'm very quick with shit. So like I'm more witty than like funny, you know. Like I can read the room sometimes, and then sometimes
Being-
I can't, and that's
Being
funny in
quick-witted
itself.
will make you very funny. 'Cause you can snap back shit at the right time,
Yeah.
opportune moment, where what these other girls are saying that they're funny is just because they act stupid and they're goofy and light and dingy, that people laugh at them, so they think they're funny.
Because they think like how funny I just spilled my coffee all over myself because I couldn't balance my lip gloss and my coffee and my car keys at the same
Exactly.
time I was driving on my phone.
Exactly. I'm so funny.
Oh my god, you guys, I'm so funny. Laugh with me. Yeah.
I had everyone rolling this morning when I tripped over my own shoes. Yeah, that's not humor. I mean, it's funny because we all like to see a blonde go down and hit her head, but it's not humor. It's like
I'd
comedy
rather
wise.
see her go down and give me. I mean, wait, what are we talking about? Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about
Say,
funny.
what about head?
Non-funny comedians. Non-funny
It goes all the way back to like Sandra Barnhart.
That bitch is
No, we just
The
got done
original.
talking about Sarah Silverman. She's not funny.
She is.
She's only funny in roast, but she's not funny with comedy.
She had that big mouth.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I like
Yeah.
Silverman because I want to hit. But that's the only reason.
Yeah,
that's the only
like
reason I want to hit.
I think James hasn't came up with
Nick
non-funny.
Glacier is funny. I want to hit
No,
that.
he hasn't.
I want to hit that too, but
Or are you sticking with Joel?
who? What?
I said I don't
Jay?
think James has come up with a non-funny comedian, unless he's sticking with his original answer.
Yeah, with me being the fun.
Oh,
Nah.
yeah,
Be honest,
James. What
though.
you talking-
James is like, look, my career's on the line. I don't want to say anything that'll offend anybody
Yeah.
45 years from now, and then them come and make me a ditty. No ditty.
as to the short list of comedians I've actually seen, it's a toss-up, to be honest, between
Okay.
George fucking Carlin
Oh,
and Richard Pryor.
wow.
At
Really?
least
Okay. So you're trying to say, that it's a toss-up between George Carlin and Richard Pryor, that they were not funny?
Honestly, I never cared for Pryor's jokes. His
I
style
think
of
they
joke
were more vulgar. Like he talked a lot of shit.
Everyone's
And I
quiet.
think
You know what I'm saying?
people wanted
So
to
Richard
laugh.
Pryor is one.
People wanted
It
to laugh
is
at the
is a
situation. Like
brilliant
they
ass
were laughing
comedian. You know
at
what
the
I'm saying?
anger. They
Just
were
like,
laughing at the
okay,
situation.
but this is your opinion, and George Carlin was actually a good comedian also. But you know, it is your opinion, so you know we understand your opinion. But George Carlin was like one of the greatest fucking comedians ever. You know what I'm saying? Because he did intellectual comedy, made you fucking think about shit sometimes. And Richard
Oh yeah,
Pryor,
I'm not down there
Yeah,
for
I've
that.
watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
He had a lot of good points to make. A lot of good points.
And I think that you don't have to
Actually
narrow it down.
funny.
You can
You
just say you didn't care for either one of the sets that you saw them perform, so they were not funny.
But
yeah.
Carlin did have stuff that made you think, because like one of the things he said was, you know how a plane comes down? It stops. It just stops flying. That's how it comes down, because you got to get speed up to get up in the air, and the way to bring it back down is to lose that speed. He goes, I don't
Yeah.
fucking fly on planes.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah,
Joel.
that is.
Yeah,
Hey Joel. I'm
yeah.
glad you make up your own jokes. I think they're much funnier than the ones that you borrow.
Yeah, thanks.
It's hard
Okay.
telling somebody else's joke, huh? Is it? You guys, do you
Yeah.
find that being comedians, like you can
Well,
make a joke, but it's not always you don't always maybe you miss a part or something or a beat with it.
I tried to
I do.
tell somebody's joke one day on stage, and I couldn't do it because I couldn't remember it, because I barely listen to you do comedy any fucking way. So I don't steal people's jokes. Number one.
Yeah,
Now
I
I
don't
might think
either.
of something that might be close to whatever you're thinking
I-
of, but I can always change whatever the fuck you talking about into my own shit, and so it'll never be like your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we
Yep.
can both talk about the same woman,
We,
but different characteristics of the bitch. You know what I'm saying? We can be different on what, you know what I'm saying? Like you can tell your stories about the chick, and I can tell my stories about the chick, and none of them will ever be
Yep.
the same. But we'll be talking about the same chick. So it's it's a lot of black comedians out here who do kind of have some of the same shit, or kind of close to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? When you hear them tell a story on stage, you be like, damn, I got a story just like that. I might tell it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I
Yep.
am. Like, I actually build a set while I'm sitting there waiting on my fucking turn. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good work.
Each comedian got something to say. And whenever they say, I'll pick point, I'll be like, oh yeah, he was talking about fat bitches. I got a fat bitch story they'll like.
well, whatever
And
the crowd is reacting to.
then the
Yeah.
next person to get there to do something. So about time it's my turn, I got a whole set already ready, and I'm just bouncing off
Yep.
each fucking comedian, talking about whatever the fuck they was talking about, and then I'm done.
But you're only writing down the stuff that the crowd's reacting to. So when
Yeah.
they
Oh
hit a
yeah,
joke that you got one like, you're like, okay, they're working at that works for them. So I'll write that down and then
Not
put
only
together your
that,
set to kill it.
but that's
yeah, because
smart business
It is.
because you're actually flowing with the set. So it's almost like more of a production for the audience because like I'm an audience member that would pick up those things with you. So I know everybody, this guy talked about a fat bitch, so now we talking about so we done came back around to that. Oh, they was talking about the crazy neighbor. Oh, we got another crazy neighbor. It could, I love that. Like I like when things come back around. Same
oh
thing
yeah,
like within music and songs,
I
it's
used to
like,
do that, Doughboy, until I used to do that all the time too, until I got to the show and I sat down and they said, bringing up your first comedian, Joel Cooper. I had blank page. I was like,
well
fuck.
then, you know what? And
then
then for
you
something
get to
like
lead
that,
the night.
but see, for something like that, see, I can do that, and I already got sets prepared. You You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Once I get up there,
Yeah.
I can just do anything I want to do. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
But
But
you
out of
now
sight,
you're the test rabbit for the audience for the other
yeah, because
comedians to see what works.
because if I'm number one, that means I can open up the door for everybody else that's about to come up here. I can talk about a
Or
series
close
of
it.
things. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about a series of shit that'll open up the door, make everybody else think like, oh shit, he talked about that. Yeah, they laughed
Yeah.
at that. I'm gonna definitely talk about my shit now. You know what I'm saying? I can open up the door for
Yeah.
everybody. I can set the stage.
But you could also close that
like
door.
that.
You could you could shut the crowd
Oh,
down,
yeah.
and then
Or
everybody's like,
if you're
"Fuck."
if you're not a good ass comedian, then yeah, you won't be able to follow a nigga that closes doors. You know what I'm saying? If I
Yeah.
take all the laughter out of the room for one joke or for another joke, and then you get up there and you try to do something similar to that joke, you don't get no laughter. It's not my
Yeah.
fault. You know
You
what I'm
killed
saying?
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You better come with some better shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I've had comedians close doors on me, and I just opened up new ones.
Yeah. There you
You know what
go.
I'm saying? I opened up a couple of windows, rolled back the roof on a couple of them. You know what I'm saying?
I just
You know,
crawled under the stage.
yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it works out for me. Either way, I got tons of jokes, tons of shit to talk about.
And
So I don't.
you can start yours off by making fun of their bombing. Well,
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough act to follow because I brought some funny jokes. I didn't bring anything that boring.
like all right, now here, perfect example. Like last night, we went to this bar to do comedy, and I took the bar's menu up to the stage and did comedy. I took the menu out, and I told everybody to turn to Chicken Skin Chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? Pull out your menus. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
it. I love it. I love it.
And then I started talking about the chicken skin that they sold for $2.95 for 2 pieces. And so I started off my whole comedy set talking about
Okay.
shit from the fucking thing. So I just made up some shit. You know what I'm saying? I improvised real fast. then whatever I talked about from that menu, it led into whatever the fuck I wanted to talk about then. You know what I'm saying? I talked about fat bitches. I talked about food. Yeah, it opened up the door for all kinds of shit. And so yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So when you can improv and shit on stage too,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I could just talk about car seats. You know what I'm saying? Just talk about car seats for a couple minutes and then get right into my jokes. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I know I can improvise on the spot with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I do that at a lot of spots. Like I'll just take the menu up there and just start going off the menu, talk about this shit, and then it'll flow right into my shit.
But Doe, that is like again excellent marketing because now you're literally saying the menu. You're introducing people there to the menu in case they haven't ordered, in case they missed something on there that now you've noticed. Like that's really good marketing.
Well, it is if he's not, as long as he's not bashing the 2 pieces of chicken that he got for $2.95.
Oh no! Actually, it was chicken. They sold chicken skin. I was like, damn. I said, so they know how to attract black people here at this bar.
Yeah.
They sell
Yeah.
chicken meat, chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, and now they selling fucking chicken skin, nigga. You trying
They
to tell
got
me
Hannibal
you can take
Lecter working in the
skin on
kitchen.
fucking chicken and just cut
The
that
pork
and
fry
just stretch
stuff.
it out, fry it,
Chicken.
and cook it and sell skin? You get 2 pieces for $2.95, so that's $1.50 a piece for skin.
Are they
I'm like,
good
damn.
size? Are
Yeah, I'd
they
be like, how fat was the chicken?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I started off, I was like, yeah, you know how to attract black people to this motherfucking spot. It's an Asian spot, but it's a lot of niggas in there right now. Fucking with this chicken skin. Because, black people, when they come into places, you know what I'm saying, they be trying to shop cheap anyway. They be like, damn, what's the cheapest shit I can get off the menu?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I can get some chicken skin, nigga. I like chicken skin.
Now it gives a new term for give me some skin, brother.
If
Yeah,
it's
you
two
know what I'm
decent
saying? Let me get
sized
6
pieces,
pieces of chicken skin.
that's pretty decent price. It's only $1.50 each. That's about right.
Yeah. That's about
That's a nice
$1.50.
snack at a bar with a beer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you get like 2 chicken skins and a beer, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Make your own fucking meal.
Okay. And maybe even a side of macaroni and cheese. I don't know. I didn't get to see
Yeah,
the
you
menu.
know,
French fries.
You know what I'm saying? They get chicken skin a new motherfucking meal to have, and they only get 2 pieces of chicken skin inside of mac and
Hey, but see, that would be what I throw on the next flyer. Like I would make my own flyer and throw the little chicken skin deal on there for the little. Don't forget your $3 chicken skin, your $5 beer. Come on down, come on down. We having a raffle tonight, and we having a raffle, and we giving away a chicken skin meal. $1 raffle tickets could get you a $3 chicken skin. Come on, y'all. You know you want it. People would do it just because they could get the little snack. People like to play games.
Yeah, I'm saying you can make chicken skin. Like I don't know if they sell a lot of chicken skin there, but having chicken skin on the fucking menu was just new. It was right. It was it was right mixed in with the chicken gizzards and the chicken tenders. It was like, you know, chicken tenders, chicken. Like, oh,
I'd have to know if they got that from choking their chicken.
A chicken used to be literally maybe $2, $3 for an entire chicken. It went up to like $4 or $5. It's like $10, $11 for a whole chicken now. So I guess they're trying to get every ounce up out of that chicken, everything they selling.
When I was in Hawaii, they were charging $75 for a 1-egg omelet.
What?
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, where do you get your eggs? I'll fucking sell you some for $50 an egg. So needless to say, I did not have the 1-egg omelet.
A 5-star dining resort off on Disney's platform. No, I'm just playing.
No, it wasn't that nice. It was just the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh, just the Ritz.
I'm kidding. It was a Hilton, but still,
I'm sure if you would have went around the corner and up the way and jogged across the street, you could have got some Locos Mocos and like 3 eggs, hash brown, all that for like $6.50.
Yeah, but then I would have had to do all that you just said. Hop up, goes around over the road. And us white people, we're lazy.
Yeah, in Hawaii, the blocks are not blocks though. Like they're not black blocks.
We had to take a cab to go across the street to the mall because it really wasn't quite across the street. It was about a 10-minute drive.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything educational really to talk about tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Everything's educational, man.
I know, but you know.
Is there anything to show us the most unliked comedian as per?
Oh, you know what? We didn't even ask Siri or nothing.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, who's the most unliked comedian?
Who's the most unliked comedian out there?
Here's what I found.
The top 10 most hated comedians, and they starting off at number 10 with Sarah Silverman.
Aha! I made the list.
You know what I'm saying? Number 9 is Pauly Shore. Number 8, Jeff Dunham. Number 7, Jay Leno. Number 6, Larry the Cable Guy.
Jeff Foxworthy. That's another one that I never thought was funny.
Yeah, I didn't think any of them motherfuckers on white collar comedy was funny. Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, or the other dude had the fucking puppet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think any of them cats was funny. I was like, you know what? When you want to be lame and still get millions of people to love you, then yeah, this is all you gotta do is be lame. I think Larry the Cable Guy, I think he had a show first.
But he actually he used to call into a radio station in Florida or Georgia or wherever he's from, and he was just a regular person that called in once, and then they had him call in again, and then he started calling in every week, and then somehow somebody got him, and
he pushed his way through.
Yeah, lucky break.
No, you know what I'm saying? They got Gallagher, Carrot Top, Carlos Mencia, and Dane Cook. Dane Cook.
See, I was gonna say Carlos Mencia, but
Dane Cook he's a pretty cool little actor. But yeah, I don't find his comedy funny. I try to watch a couple of his comedy specials, and it's kind of like Jamie Kennedy. I kind of like fell asleep on them shits. Like Jamie Kennedy is not funny either. It's like, you know,
Jamie Kennedy's just a geek.
You know what I'm saying? They're cool in movies, but when your agent tell you, hey man, you need to go out there and do a little comedy so you can stay relevant. Yeah, they didn't mean for you to really do it. Like Pete Davidson, he has like a lot of dark ass humor, so that's
Yeah.
I kind of like dark ass humor. So I mean, he kind of gets with the little dark shit he be talking about.
Yeah.
And I think the favorite joke I like about him though is the one the 9/11 joke he got when he says, I'm telling you, I see that's not a problem with still enough jokes. I can't remember them, but I can tell you bits and pieces of it. I think his father died on 9/11. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So he has a joke about 9/11, and it's pretty dark. It's pretty fucked up.
It's a pretty dark joke, but it's fucking funny as fuck. And for somebody to be able to make the light of that situation, it's like a whole nother comedic like feeling, you know?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. Like his dark humor is pretty cool. So that's
There's
what
Like
one-
when my son passed away, I mean, literally the joke was, well, he found himself a place to live. You know, like,
Yeah,
I
that's like
don't ever have to worry about him getting kicked out or anything, you know, or being on the street
my
anymore.
best friend died, and then a week later, my wife died, and I did part of the eulogy at my friend's wedding at his funeral. And I said, you know, if he wanted to be with my wife, all he had to do was ask me.
Right. Y'all didn't have to go run away together to the fucking
because you know,
fucking world. What
yeah,
the fuck, Joel?
leave everyone. I would have gave her to him.
That's a bit confusing, isn't it?
Yeah. They say that
You'll never fucking know what they're
Yeah,
doing
no.
in the underworld.
I saw one
Jeff
survey
Dunham-
says the worst comedian
funny.
ever is Amy Schumer.
I'm so sorry. That's not funny, and I don't mean to laugh at that.
No, I made it funny. I mean,
Oh
that's
my
Pauly
god.
Shore definitely isn't funny.
Who?
he used to be.
Pauly Shore. I mean,
So
he's funny in
Pauly Shore's mom owned the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Pauly Shore, now let me tell, I have a story about Scott Shore, his brother. So his brother actually flew me home from Vegas. I was stranded in Vegas and he got me back to California. It was a whole thing. But Pauly Shore was, once again, he was a different style guy. He was different, right? So his funny was because he was gnarly, because he was kind of slow and
Surfer.
and
Yeah,
surfer.
stoner.
That was just stoner, and that was like people were like, oh my gosh, and that kind of thing. Like he was the epitome of like the Valley guy to me.
Yep.
Especially like with Encino Man, it kind of really did bring out his character of who he is, right? So I think that he was more, again, an actor. He was a funny actor
He had
and
a
not
character.
necessarily his own standing comedian. But because his mom owned the Comedy Store, he got in that loop, you know.
When I was real young, Comedy Store used to do a thing where they would have an apprenticeship where they would have 5 comedians. Like they would pick 5 comedians, have a whole bunch audition, but they would pick 5. And Pauly Shore's mom owned a beach house in Malibu, and they would put these 5 comedians in that house, and then they would work at the Comedy Store, learning everything about comedy and performing. And then they would groom them to be great comedians. And I always wanted to do that, but of course it wasn't there when I got old enough. But
yeah. Gosh, we should start something like that again. All we need is someone to give us their house in Malibu.
Yeah. We'll definitely take care of it for them.
Their house,
get it all.
Yep.
the show, and I don't want to host.
I mean, it's to groom the next group of entertainers. I mean,
exactly. I would love to
You can make it happen tomorrow.
Yeah, I always wanted to do that. I thought that would be so cool.
It would be awesome. Instead of the reality shows the way that they go nowadays, where they're just like corrupt and doing dumb shit and destroying each other's lives, I would love to see
for
the
drama.
shows where they rebuild the people up for sure.
So let's just talk about these people, for the remaining 11 minutes that we got on the show. Let's just talk about these unfunny motherfuckers that they came up with. And the site I got it from is from mojo.com, you know what I'm saying? But the top 10 most hated comedians, but these people are actually on a couple of different websites of most hated people. So If it's on more than one, then yeah, they must be hated. Now we already talked about Sarah Silverman. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why she's even hot is because of the punchlines that you don't see coming. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, she's good looking, and I wouldn't mind hitting it, but she's only really famous because she tells a joke, but then the punchline will come out of fucking nowhere. You know, what the fuck kind of punchline is that? And you know what I'm saying? That's how she made her fame. And plus, she's a good roaster. So, and plus, you know, plus she probably slept her way to the top. You know what I'm saying? Hot ass bitch like that. You know she fucking every famous
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I mean. Like she literally feels like the girl over there at the bar. Like she's one of those girls over there at the bar.
Yeah, like you know, I'll fuck you for the right type of info.
Well, do you know what
like,
bar that is?
Like,
Do you know what bar that
Barnum and
is?
Brown. Like, yeah.
Yeah, bar in
I've
New
been
York
wanting
City.
to put a little something in some Jews.
All right, so number 9 is Pauly Shore, and we know what I'm saying, and Flower was talking about how his mom owned a comedy store and shit like that. So, you know, like I said, he was funny in movies,
Yeah,
but
he was more of
as
a
far as
He had a
comedy,
character, like Bobcat
Yes, he
Goldthwait.
was a character. Exactly. There you
Yeah.
go, Joel. He's a
yeah,
character.
but as far as comedy, like outside of comedy, yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's
No, he's a
not.
stoner. He's a stoner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a rich kid that
Exactly.
had nothing to do but surf and get
In
high.
that area out there, that lifestyle, that part of California, it really is like that. These kids, there's money. They came from backgrounds. They came from famous backgrounds.
And all
It
that
was
in the
different
comedy
back
store
then.
where
Hollywood was
everybody wanted to
different back
be.
then.
All the
Burbank was
famous
different
people
back
went through there.
Oh yeah.
Celebrities all over the place.
Fuck yeah. So it was like literally like you were I mean, if you want to talk about him not being how funny it isn't that he is, because he was the it kid of Hollywood if you really fucking pay attention to who he was.
Oh yeah.
He maneuvered through
So
every genre of everything and was that kid.
Yep.
He was that kid in the corner smoking weed. Hello.
Smoking your weed.
Right.
all right, so number 8, and I don't think he's funny just because of his fucking puppets, but Jeff Dunham is definitely not funny.
Again, I think
I never liked
I liked some of his characters and his puppets, but it gets old after a while. You know, I mean, it's a character thing.
Yeah.
How many can he come up with that are going to be original and different now? I mean, and he can't do some of them now because now all the political shit is hit, and now it's too racial for him to do some of his puppets now.
Yeah, I mean, his puppets do have a fan following. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, so again, he's more of a character. He's a puppet guy. He's not really a comedian. He's a puppet guy. He's a puppeteer.
Even though he's the voice for those puppets, people like to go see those puppets.
He's
You know,
literally a ventriloquist and an actor. So his comedian he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a difference, just like there's a difference between an entertainer, a celebrity, and somebody who is, famous or popular.
Here's a comedian that's not on that list that I'm surprised isn't on that list is now the guy that does all the impersonations that does Terry Bradshaw.
There's so many people
John
that do
Madden.
impersonations.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
We're at number 7.
Hey Siri, who's a famous
We're at
comedian
number
that does
7.
impersonations?
Who's number 7, Dope?
Jimmy Fallon, a Saturday Night Live alumnus and current host of NBC's The Tonight Show.
Not Jimmy
rose to fame
Fallon.
with stand-up comedy routine.
Well,
Hey
while
Siri,
you
who does
find out,
impersonations of Terry Bradshaw and
while
John
you
Madden?
find out who that is, we're gonna move on to number 7. Number
Frank
7.
Caliendo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but we're gonna move on to number 7. Number 7
Frank
is Jay
Caliendo.
Leno. Okay. You keep saying his name whenever time I say Jay Leno. Yeah.
So Jay Leno is a talk show host. I mean,
But I'm saying before he
He's a
became a
funny
talk show host, he was doing
he was a
comedy.
comedian, yeah.
Yeah, he
so
was a comedian. He was on
in
stage.
the trenches with everybody.
Yes, yes, he
He's
was. He
been in
was
the
a
game for
consistent.
a long time. He's just been.
That dude has a big ass head.
Yes, he does.
Does anybody have know any of his skits, or does anybody have one that they did like?
No, because he was a comedian that was like not really before my time, but you know what I'm saying. He was a comedian that I really didn't pay attention to. I never looked into the archives to even see him do jokes. I just know he was a real comedian. He did
I
do stand up.
remember watching him. I remember watching his show late night. It was one of those. It was just a talk show to me, though. That was like the age of the talk shows.
Yeah.
So if you were a comedian before, you just became a talk show host, a funny talk show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember any Jay Leno comedy specials or like anything like that after he became a talk show.
Yeah, he didn't really become anybody until he became a talk show host.
I mean,
So
but
that's what he showed.
he did
He
have
showed
HBO
talk show.
specials though. You know what I'm saying?
Like
he
they
did
would
have.
choose to have him like come in and host or come in and say a few jokes.
He's on tour now.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you know what?
Bless his big fat head.
For comedy, he's on a comedy
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's got to find a way to make some money.
Well,
I
I
mean,
guess
his
he's
millions
got
already are.
I guess he's got us laughing now.
Yeah.
Jay Leno is to late night television as to what Seinfeld is to sitcom television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seinfeld was another one that.
Seinfeld
Yeah, like they had a comedy show. Like he was a
I
comedy.
like Seinfeld because of his fucking voice. And when he
I
did,
like the fact that Seinfeld was a comedian in his comedy show.
and
Yeah.
when he did the B movie, which is one of my favorite fucking
Oh yeah. He's
cartoon
got a voice.
movies. Yeah, man, he sold that fucking B movie, bro. Could nobody else do it better than he ever could have? He sold me on that fucking B movie, bro. And I just like him, man. I just like his voice. So you know,
Yeah.
His TV show was funny.
He's a comedian. I mean, he is funny. He does, and he's another one that talks about a lot of intellectual shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the make you think type shit. You know what the fuck you talking about? And at the while, like, oh, okay, that's what he was talking about. Yeah, 2 days later. So
Yeah, I like Seinfeld.
Yeah, I didn't like his stand-up comedy that much. I didn't think he was that funny, but he did a clever show. I mean,
But that's why he was funny, because he was telling unclever, funny jokes. Like
true.
The whole epitome of his comedy was not being funny and people not laughing. So that was what was funny.
Made us laugh when we didn't want to laugh.
Yeah, it was like, oh, you got it. No, you didn't get it. You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
He makes you laugh in situations.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got a couple more people to talk about. We got Kathy Griffin, Gallagher, and Carrot Top. And
I never liked Kathy Griffin.
I never cared for Kathy Griffin.
Me either.
Gallagher,
I was glad when she lost all of her endorsements and stuff.
Gallagher's a performance artist, and Carrot Top is a performance artist. So even though they were comedians, they chose a different route.
Carrot Top right now is doing a residency, I think, in Vegas.
Yeah, he's been there for years, though. He's and then
I don't even know why he's even still doing comedy. I mean, his bucket of tricks or whatever the fuck he has, or whatever, a book bag of goodies.
Because in Vegas, people come for the first time every single day. And they're always going to come for the very first time every single day.
That's like a virgin.
The same performance every single day for the rest of his fucking life till the day he dies, and it will always be new to half the entire room.
You think when he gets older, they'll be called the Wilted Carrot Top Show?
Well, they don't come back for a second time. They might come for the first time, but they don't see this shit. Oh yeah, he doing this all the time. We ain't coming back for the second time.
Reminds me, I hate vegetables.
He's one of those like entry to comedy shows, though. Like it's like the kind. He's a gimmick. So you
He's
can
probably a
take
name that they can
take
get
the
cheap.
grandma, you can take the like Gallagher. Gallagher, nobody came to fucking hear Gallagher fucking tell a joke. They came to get fucking
Splash.
watermelon all over
Yep.
their face, to fucking hear his voice. It was different, you
And
know.
to see
They
his
came for the
gadgets, his
show.
inventions.
Yeah,
Gallagher had Sky.
I liked Gallagher. I thought he was awesome. Like
He was
performer.
entertaining.
Yes.
Definitely an
His concept was
entertainer.
different. Nobody had done that before.
Do you know who Bob God damn it, here I go again. I'm getting old. Sorry guys. Never mind. There's a comedian from the 80s named Bob. You got a typical name like Smith, but it's not Smith. But he was supposed to take over for Gallagher. Because Gallagher has a son that Gallagher was trying to get to take over for him, but his son wants nothing to do with the comedy and the
He
whole
tried.
thing.
His
Yeah.
son did stand up.
Yeah, his
Oh,
son.
And it was garbage because his heart wasn't in it.
Yeah. So this Bob, God, whatever, he was supposed to take over for him, and he actually started growing his hair like him and looked like him and everything, but I haven't ever seen it. Never seen him come out doing the Gallagher stuff, so I don't know.
All right, so the number two, so the last two people we're gonna talk about, and these are the most two hated comedians of all time. And I'm gonna start with number two. We only spent a couple minutes, but Seth Rogen is number two because they say
Seth Rogen?
They say he is one of the most hated comedians of all times. Like he makes pretty.
Oh,
I just think
he's
he makes
fucking
cool ass movies.
hilarious. He's
You
one of my
understand?
favorite people.
His comedy or his acting?
No, his comedy.
No, I'm asking
I mean,
Flowers. You like his
No,
movies? Or you like?
I think all around, he's like somebody that I could go hang out with. Like I would go be his friend. Like he's fucking hilarious. I think everything about him is like the honest, raw truth. I think that he gives it to us how he kind of lives it, and so I like there's an appreciation in that. And I think that in general, he's kind of a but he's fucking smart as fuck, and so that crosses a lot, and that happens with me. So I like him. He's funny as fuck to me. I like his whole,
Seth
and as an
Rogen,
actor, I like him as an actor
he's
too.
been doing comedy since he's been a teenager. So I mean,
Yeah,
he's been doing
and he's a good
comedy for a long
actor.
time.
And I think that
I seen him do a
he's
couple.
a good person. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like he's a decent person, somebody that I would
I just
actually
like
like.
him. I just like the nigga because he smoked weed, and we have a lot of things in common when you smoke weed. So
I
because
think that
weed,
420 is cool. I like that.
and he hangs out with a group of motherfuckers who all smoke weed, and they're probably cool as fuck, like Danny McBride, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, he'd be funny. I think Danny McBride would be fun to hang out with.
Yeah, I just want to hang out with that dude, Craig Robinson. You know what I'm
Craig
saying?
Robinson.
Yeah.
I just know he'll be a fucking hilarious ass nigga to
James
hang out
Franco.
with. James Franco. Even though he say he's gay,
yeah.
I know he won't hit on me, but I just know he's funny as fuck. He's funny as fuck. Jonah Hill, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like that whole area is like filled with like cool, fun people.
Like you know what I'm saying? Just his group of people, you know what I'm saying? His group of niggas that he kick it with.
And they all do stuff together all the time.
And the other two white boys, the dude that played
Jay
oh
and
my gosh, if any of those people that Doe just mentioned happen to come across this podcast, because it is out there, I have a place that we could do comedy. You guys can come in and have fun. We could make it private or we could charge, whatever you guys want to do. Contact one of us. We will have you out for a comedy show. And it's also at a smoking lounge where we can smoke weed, have comedy, be funny, fun people, and hang out. So if you guys are interested, come on out. You guys can even shoot a movie about it, like their trip to Palm Springs. Like, because you guys do that kind of shit, like in like a day. You guys bring the film crew. Come on out, film the whole thing, make it a whole thing. So there's
Pineapple Express too.
Exactly. There we go. That's what I want. Yes, Pineapple Express 2. I've got the scene times 4. Make it happen, you guys.
Yeah. And so number one, and then we're gonna do group not group shit. We're gonna talk about this number one person, then we're gonna do shout outs and all that shit like that. So number one person, she's a writer, actress, and producer, but she sucks and she is the most hated motherfucker in the world. And I see why, because she's not funny. She's
Amy Schumer.
Rude, and she's fucking unfunny. Yep, Amy Schumer. I heard she steals people's jokes, so that's how she fucking became famous. But
So,
you know, she doesn't write her own shit.
I like the fact though that she kind of talks shit. Like she's like, I don't
She
give
has
a fuck.
to.
Like so, and I think that like I don't know if it's because I'm a little plump, so I have a little soft heart for plumpness. I think that people don't like. I think that initially about 60% of the people that don't find her funny don't find her funny because they don't find her attractive. Number one. As for stealing people's jokes and stuff like that, I think that kind of we're at the point in comedy where we're at the point in music. I think that things are recycled and recycled and recycled and recycled. And at some point, if you're able to go ahead and recycle it and still get where you need to go, then hey, mama, do
Well,
you,
they're
But
doing that now in the movies still. They're
yeah,
remaking movies that
yeah, we've seen the
were
same
made 10 years ago.
how many seasons? There was a one
No
year where there was
no originality.
27 Snow White movies that came out, and it was like what? Like everything with the Huntsman, the Dwarf Lady,
Yeah.
it was like all types of shit. So like I don't know about that. I haven't really watched her to look into that, but every time I've come across her, it seems to be she's got that little that little snazzy to her where she's just kind of snippety and talks shit and like
But
doesn't
have you
care.
seen the movie that she's in where she gets hit in the head and she thinks that she's sexy and all that and that
Vaguely that I would have to go watch it to see if I've watched it because
yeah,
I
she thinks that she's all thin and sexy and she acts like she's all that and all that stuff and then and so she's got this confidence, of like a model and
yeah.
then and later in the movie she hits her head again and then realizes that she's Amy Schumer and
Aw.
but it's pretty funny how because it reminds me that like it would be her to a T.
Right,
It's
right.
like
Like
she
she
would
acts
live that
herself.
life.
Yeah.
So I hit her in the
Oh,
head.
All right, so this is gonna
so
conclude
she's
our
an actress,
show.
so I think
We're
she's more of a
gonna do
character actress too.
shout outs and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get a couple minutes, tell me what's going on, what you got coming up, any shout outs, anything you want to get like that. We're gonna start with you, Joel. You got any shout outs? What you got going on? What you got coming
Man,
up?
I shout out to you and Mr. Coldwater, to James and Flower for allowing me to be here for this hour and entertain with you guys and have some chit chat and talk about comedians that we probably shouldn't do, but we are and we did and
Yeah.
We
just
did.
remind everybody that there are opinions and our opinions don't really mean anything, but they are the greatest things in the world. So you should value them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't have I'm on a break right now from touring and all that stuff. So I've got about 6 weeks before I do anything else. So I'll be back in Arizona when I see you guys probably, well, not next, but I'll be in Arizona before I do another show. So I'm on the down
What
low.
about you? What about you, Flower?
Yeah, like Joel was saying too, I never want to discredit anybody for the hard work that they've put into their own craft. I didn't put in the work. I'm not you. I'm not that. It's my opinion. And my opinions change all the time for different reasons, and I reserve the right to do so. This is entertainment, and I am a voice behind a picture. So it is what it is. And all of the people that I do speak about are always more than welcome to hit me up privately and discuss anything they would like to discuss. Because that's how
P.
grown.
Diddy's been trying to get a hold of you.
Who?
P. Diddy's been trying to get a hold of you.
Oh, well, like I totally would answer the phone. Where is he at? I can come pick you up. I'm a good driver. Whatever we got to do for the day, you let me know. I've
Do you like
got you here in
cheesecake?
Thompson. We're safe here in the desert. You know, sometimes Hollywood gets a bit crowded, but here in the desert, we have very good security. So yeah, holler at me. I'd love to have a day with Diddy. That's a brilliant fucking man as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, I don't hold people for what they've had to do to get to where they're at or any of the reasons where they're at to be what they're doing. It is what it is, and everybody lives through eras and lives through things and lives through times, change, and all that evolution, whatever. If we took
Amen.
everybody for everything that we try to condemn people for, we would have to go back to the beginning of time, and everybody is not perfect and everybody has sins, which is where we are. We are earthlings. At the end of the day, we are earthlings. I don't even want to go with human beings because there's a lot of unhumane and different kind of species around these days. But I'm an earthling as far as I know. Nobody's come to claim me from my outer space home yet, but you never know. But that's me, Flower from Facebook, signing out for the night. Here on Earth.
All right,
So bad.
James, you got anybody you want to shout out, or you got anything coming up you want to talk about?
Just a shout out to my crewmates for putting me up like this.
Okay.
James, you're quiet tonight.
I've been smoking. That's all that is.
Okay.
Well, I have something wonderful coming up. The next show that I will be a part of will be July 13th at 8 p.m. at the Sin City Biker Club, located on, I can't tell you the address, I'll let you purchase a ticket. Yeah, but it's a private event, $15 tickets, you know what I'm saying? Mine are a little cheaper because I'm the host and I'm just giving mine really away, really. You know what I'm saying? I might charge like $5, $10. But I'm just really giving away. On the show, I'm your host. I'm the creator of the show, but I'm your host, Doughboy Kaiser. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have my man Robert Smart from Chicago, Illinois, now residing in Las Vegas. Very funny dude. You can see him pretty much anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Robert Smart. I got my man Jay Coldwater on the motherfucking list. You can see him anywhere residing. Well, he's from Las Vegas, and he also is residing in Las Vegas still. But you can catch him anywhere. You can always get tickets from him, tickets from Robert, tickets from comedian Monty Cruz. He's also on the list. He's from Dayton, Ohio, but residing in Las Vegas. You can catch him on the mic. Kevin Winnie, who is also from Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? White boy. Very funny, very funny. You can get tickets from him. And then the headliner of the show is actually my man, rap legend of all times, Mr. Spice motherfucking One. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be on the ones and twos. He's going to be taking us out of the show. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be doing some of his great-ass raps that we all grew up on and love to hear, and even some new shit, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to be there. Let's see, who else? And, a couple other people, a couple special guests. So tune in, mark your calendar for July 13th, 2024, 8 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Doors open at 7:30. Tickets are $15. Get at me. Get at any one of the comedians I just named. And, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lovely show. Then after that, July 26th, I got a show at 702 Karaoke. And after that, I got another show at Splash. Like I said, I got my calendar kind of getting filled.
Looks like you're loaded up for the next few.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got going on. But after that, though, I just want to thank all of you guys for joining me on this late night little show. James Madera, Flower Thomas, Joe Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect for that. I'm saying thank y'all for joining me. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice little educational show. We talked about a lot of unfunny motherfuckers. And I don't even give a fuck. We can talk about people. We can name names. I don't give a fuck. We're on YouTube now. So I know they be straight to YouTube trying to see the new shit on things. They're gonna see what's up. The name of this show is What It Do My Negro. I wanted to put nigga, but that's gonna be on YouTube. I couldn't put the word nigga. I had to put Negro.
What is the name of it?
What It Do My Negro.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? For all you white people out there, you're allowed to say Negro. You can only say nigga only around certain niggas. Allow you to say it. You can't say it around other ones because you might get fucked up, shot, beat up, balls, castrated, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You might get pretty fucked up. So yeah. Yeah. Thank y'all for joining me on the show, bro. We're gonna end this.
All right. Thank you guys. Hey, everyone. See you later. Peace out. Stay solid.
Have a great weekend.
Yep.
Solid. Yeah, I don't buy me some marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
Probably do something to eat.
Yeah, that too.
I know. I need another blunt and a snack.
Yep. So I'll catch y'all later.
Good night.
Yep. Good night. And there you have it. Another beautiful show featured on YouTube now, so that's a good thing. That's what I'm saying. So get on YouTube, subscribe to my page. You're gonna get a lot of these wonderful ass videos, a lot of my good ass friends on here, and they're all them from all different places. You know what I'm saying? James from Texas, Flower from Cali, Joel from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I got people from all over the world to be on my shit. So subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show little videos of all kinds of shit. Who knows? But you know, sign up to Dope Boy Kaiser, the only one. And remember, smoke that shit. Don't waste that shit.